There is more snow in West Texas than in Finland right now. And despite the cold, I am out here in the garage unboxing the Casio WS1800, a watch that has a distinctive look. And what do you guys think about this? Unbelievable, a brand new watch. It only costs about $40. This is an El Cheapo Casio. And let me just take off my $800 watch, the G-Shock Mudmaster. And let's see if the brand new WS1800 will fit on my wrist. And it should. These gloves are making it a little difficult. Not totally impossible because I can maintain my dexterity with these gloves, but man, it just fits, 8.5 inches. But there we go. What do you guys think about that? And what is the deal with the WS1800? What does it offer? Well, I can tell you that it offers a highly legible screen with timing functions. I don't know a whole lot about the WS1800. Okay, so I'm going to find out, along with you guys, what we're dealing with here. Okay, so first off, main time screen. Obviously the time incorrect, but let's just cycle through the modes. Now we have a stopwatch. Now, all I know about it is that there's some advanced timing features. So I'm gonna press the start stop button. And there we go, fractions of a second, all the way down to 1/100th of a second. And I guess since I see the seconds going at the bottom and in this middle subdial part, I'm going to say that you can add in a bunch of splits or laps or whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to see what button does that, which I don't even know. I don't know which button is going to do that. All right, so pressing the start stop button is not starting or stopping the stopwatch. It's just adding in different lap times, right? So this has the functionality. It's a little bit different than, I'm going to long press the stop button. I don't even know how to stop the stopwatch. All right. I feel like a dummy right here. I don't know what to do, but anyways, let me just get the pointer pen, mini bolt action pen by Right in the Rain. You can see this wild animation at the top here through this red portion, right? An LCD. Looks like a snake. Like he's just like running laps, running circles around. I may have just scratched the screen a little bit already. Okay, let me just change the mode. Now we're at the timer. Okay, good news, gentlemen. Local time in the top right corner of the timer. Let's just start the timer, why not? Okay, and now, see that animation? It's going backwards. And then we're utilizing an animation on this bluish green track. That must be the countdown in minutes, maybe. I'm just guessing. And this is the seconds. I mean, all the answers are probably right here in this book, but you know, we'll save this for later. Okay, I'll figure it out later. I think it's funner just to you know, pretend that I'm an idiot and try and use the watch and see what it offers. Okay. By the way, so you guys can see right here, 10-year battery, okay, not solar, world time, 5 alarms, 100 meters of water resistance. So those are some good qualities to this El Cheapo Casio watch, all right? And you can see that the band splays out all the way, and the band isn't as long as the longest of the long, which is the Casio AE1600. This is the WS1700, a little comparison right there. They have this similar color scheme. Okay, which one do you think is more legible? WS1700 or the WS1800? Just occurred to me that these are in the same series. I did not put 2 and 2 together. All right, the WS1700 has a tide graph moon phase and you know, an analog style subdial, and big old numbers there. It's a really cool watch. I really love the way this one works. This is the one that has the error on it. There's no AM or PM in the second time zone, all right? Now, this watch, I guess is its successor. I didn't think about that. You know, I don't always think about that. I have a few other successors to each other. You know, this is the WS1800. And which was preceded by the legendary, highly legible, very long band AE 1500, right? The one I got at Walmart has this mega long band. Let's just hold this mega long band up to the band of the WS1800, and all together, the AE 1500 is the best cheap watch for a big wrister, the one you got at Walmart, at a very long band. I don't even wear it on the last notch. I wear it a few notches in, all right? And so AE 1500 compared to the WS 1800. Look at that. All right, let's get back to the functions. We got the timer rolling. Let's keep it rolling. And now we have int 1. What does that mean? Interval. Okay, it's an interval timer, right? How does this work? It doesn't, I can't get it to work. Maybe you have to like set it. Interval 1, all right, interval 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 intervals, right? So it's a 9 interval timer. I'm setting it now. So let's make each interval be 5 seconds. Why not? And now we have a blinky arrow, okay. So you go through once or repeatedly. Let's just do repeatedly, why not? 5 seconds. So it should beep every 5 seconds, right? See what happens. So this is the one for the first interval. All right, there you go. How many of you guys do interval workouts? This is gonna go on forever. It's gonna, every 5 seconds, it's gonna beep until it dies, which will be in 10 years. All right, how would you like to wear on your wrist an object that beeps every 5 seconds for 10 years? Now we have the world time, New York City. Okay, so that's East Coast time. That's the time where my brother is, but you know, this isn't even the correct time. Let me just get my $800 Mudmaster. You can see the actual time here in the Central Time Zone, which Casio identifies as Chicago, all right? It is about 20 past 6. So I guess the time is not that far off, is it? The time is correct. All right, well, there you go. And now we have alarms. How many alarms? Good question. I will answer it by seeing if I can scroll through. All right, so I turn on the hourly time signal. If anybody is going to ask if there's an hourly time signal, the answer is yes. All right, so how would I see the other alarms? How many alarms do we have? I don't know. I guess just one, right? One alarm, one hourly time signal. Okay, may not be true. This is just the first impressions, all right, gentlemen? So for actual accurate information, stay updated. You know, check the comments because, you know, some know-it-alls like to correct my information, saying that it's factually inaccurate. I think that's kind of a stretch. It's just like right now, it's just first impressions. And so it is correct because my first impression is that there's only one alarm. Are there multiple alarms? I don't know. Well, 5 alarms. All right, so there's 5 alarms. How I access alarms 2, 3, 4, and 5, I don't know. I haven't figured that out. The buttons are a little bit different than other G-Shocks, you know, so I mean, what's kind of limiting me now is my experience with other G-Shocks and the limitations of my intelligence, okay? Which is like a brick wall I run into constantly, okay? And so, 5 alarms according to this little box, all right? And I've only found one of them. So maybe they're hiding like Easter eggs. All right, anyways, holding down this adjust button, you can see how you set the time, which I may not need to. Oh yeah, it's Tokyo time, all right. So you see the blinking three-letter code stands for cities. And there's 48 cities, right? 31 time zones, 48 cities. So you got to find the city that represents your time zone in the Casio world. And as you can see, we're moving around the globe eastward, right? So I think this is Anchorage. So shout out to everybody watching from Alaska, LAX. So that's our West Coast time. Denver, Mountain Time. Shout out to Tim Johnson. Mexico, Hola Hombres. And there we go, Chicago. All right. So the time was actually like not that far off. Okay, so the time was set, as often they are, coming from the G-Shock or the Casio factory. It's just set for Tokyo time. So a lot of times you just have to set the correct time zone, as I just demonstrated. Okay, so from the main time screen, you got a lot of good information here. You got the day of the week, you got the date, and you have the time, right? The time right there. Time. Oh, and if you press this, you can toggle between the 24-hour and the non-24-hour time. Okay, the screen kind of scratches easily. All right, just for an example, here's the Mudmaster, which I've smashed into metal, right? Sapphire glass does not scratch. The WS1800 already scratched up. I mean, these Cheapo Casios, they get scratched in the unboxing, right? Where is my Casio WS1800? You guys remember the unboxing of that one? They're not in here. Where are they? I smashed them into this table, and the bezel was all scratched, and the bezel was dented, and the screen was scratched, right? Get some scratches. Might need to, maybe these Klein Tools gloves will polish out some of the scratch. Oh yeah, much better. All right. Anyways, if you want Klein Tools gloves, I'll put a link in the description. All right. Or if you want a Write in the Rain pen, same thing. Link in the description. All right. So we're going to figure out what these animations do. So obviously the red one ticks away the seconds. You can see it ticking away with the seconds, and I guess it represents, what, about 10 seconds? Because there are numbers that go along with the seconds, see? There's numbers along the top. Now this blue track, all right, it just disappeared. All right, so this must be like 10 seconds. So it's going to tick away a minute, right? Because the first 10 seconds is blank. And then like then there's another 10 seconds for the animation to go away, right? Yeah, okay, then what's beeping? Oh, all right, the WS1800 is beeping, and you want to know why? It's because that timer, no, it's not the timer, is it? The timer is just about to beep. No, the timer is going up now. What is going on? Guys, my high IQ is flabbergasted right now. My high double-digit IQ is not able to, right off the bat, recognize all the patterns going on this watch, okay? And will I have to reference the instruction manual? Well, I might need to, okay? Because I am lost as to what is going on. What was that beeping? Maybe it was another watch. All right, but yeah, you see the timer is ticking up now somehow. Maybe it ticks down, then up. I don't know. But look, the local time is still displayed here. Now, the local time is not displayed in the stopwatch mode, okay? It is the like a second stopwatch that can be accessed concurrently. And how do I stop the stopwatch? Have not like figured that out, guys. It might be 10 years of just timing on the stopwatch because I can't get it to stop. I feel like I need to press this top right button, but the top right button is the light. Did anybody see the light? You get an amber LED light in the bottom left corner, okay? And I do, maybe there's like a combination of buttons. I can't get it to stop. Guys, I don't know what to do. Just as an example, on a stopwatch, this one is the AE1500. Let's just get, this one's already running, but you press the start button to stop it. And then there's another button you'd press to reset it. Maybe it's, yeah, it's just the adjust button. So stopwatch is rolling. Press the bottom right button. It does not stop. Okay? That starts blinking. Like a second stopwatch starts going. and then, you know, do I hold this button? Oh, okay. You got to hold this button. I just held the top left button. It stopped. All right. Okay. Wow, there's a lot going on here, guys. And I know that a lot of you are like much smarter than me. And you've probably already figured out just that they kind of like intuitively know what's going on. All right. So we are in the stopwatch mode. The stopwatch is displayed in the middle. The time right now is displayed on the bottom. All right. And now the stopwatch is being displayed on the bottom and in the middle. I'm going to press the bottom right button. And now the stopwatch in the middle has stopped, but the stopwatch on the bottom is still going. And now the stopwatch in the middle is going and the stopwatch on the bottom. Now I'm going to long press the top left button. Let me just single press it. Nothing. All right, let me long press it. See what happens. Nothing. Nothing's happening. I don't know. Guys, I'm really dumb. I'm going to have to read the directions. I don't know what's going on. Just like really high level stuff, like the timer is now counting up. And now we have intervals, all right? I don't remember stopping the interval timer. Interval timer's going now. It's still counting all of the iterations, all right? Now the world time, New York City. So this is the time zone of my brother. It's now 7:30 p.m. where my brother is. All right, and then the alarms. One more attempt. Let's see if we can get to the other alarms. Is there a way? I can set the alarm. No. Guys, someone tell me, like right now, what I'm doing wrong. How do I get to alarms 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Or alarms 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 5 alarms. 5 alarms. Man, this is a high IQ watch, okay? The WS and WS1800 stands for wicked smart. You got to be wicked smart in the WS series. WS1700, you got to be wicked smart. WS1800, you got to be wicked smart. I guess I'm not. I am a absolute idiot, which is why I love the AE1500, where AE stands for absolute idiot. You know, the numbers are big and thick, and I've figured out the buttons on the AE1500. WS1800 have not done it yet, so I'm going to stop because I am just embarrassing myself trying to figure it all out. Let's look at other features of the watch. The actual, like, numerals are kind of small. They're kind of squished. Let me see if there's other watches to compare the WS1800 to. You can see that, you know, that you kind of have small numbers, right? So they're about the size of the range band numbers, okay? So looking at the actual digits for the time, they're about the same. Obviously, the range band being thicker segments, but maybe just a little bit smaller in the WS 1800. But you know, the numerals used for the date are a little bit bigger. Okay, but they are kind of small. Okay, so the amount of space that the actual time takes up on the screen of the WS1800 is, I would estimate to be, well, more than 25%. I guess it's 1/3, so about 33% for this bottom here, right? Maybe a little bit less because you have the time in this bottom third, and then the middle third is the day of the week and the date, and then the top third is the animations. Okay, so they've squished the time at the bottom, which a bunch of G-Shock and Casio watches do. Most notably, the DW6900 and the GW6900. I do have a GW6900. My son Brian's wearing it. But, you know, obviously the Range Man does that, right? You get the time squished to the bottom. Where did the Range Man go? Right here. So the problem with that is that the button shroud can cover the numbers, right? You don't have that problem on the WS1800. There's no button shroud. So, but you will lose the time eventually, but I mean, you still probably can't really read it. But there's no button shroud, okay? So you kind of lose it at right about here. But I don't think it's that bad. I think overall looks pretty good. And like I said earlier, that the band splays out all the way. You have some tabs here to prevent it from turning all the way inward. Okay, so the angle, the smallest angle is actually pretty small. So this would actually, I believe, it should work out on a small wrister. Okay, because some watches, you know, they do have a little bit of a splay. This is the AE1600, so it's forced outward. Okay, now there's nothing forcing the watch further out from being all the way in. When you go all the way in, there is a stop, right? Now the watch crotch itself, which is a technical term, all right, is a little bit on the smaller side. So I think this is more of a it's a big watch for a small wrister, but I think that a small wrister would be able to pull it off. Okay, now a big wrister, that's I can tell you what it would be like being one. Okay, and I got it on the last notch, but the band is long enough that even on the last notch, we get it in the keeper. All right, and we have like a diamond pattern here on the inside of the band, and the lug holes are at an angle. Okay, the buckle's plastic. All right, and you know, I think it looks pretty cool. I like the way that the WS1800 looks. All right, it has made a fool out of me publicly on YouTube by trying to use the watch and being unable to even figure out how to get to alarm number 2. You know, I think that a lot of people are going to leave this video thinking that I'm dumb. Okay, don't let my level of intelligence lead you to think that I am dumb. Okay, I may be stupid. So the WS1800 just came out, and I was on the Casio website, and it said only 8 left. All right, so you guys might want to check that at Casio.com. Maybe it's what's happened before, where they're like, oh, limited supply of the Mudman, and then, you know, I make a video. I'm like, hey guys, the Mudman's in short supply. And then suddenly they're fully stocked because, you know, someone found a pallet of Mudmen in the back. Maybe it's the case with the WS1800, but I'm just telling you what I saw on the website. It said limited stock, okay? And I do not know if they're going to find another pallet of the WS1800s in the back, but I just want to let you guys know. So these buttons are nice and big, all right? They're plastic, all right? Compare that with the AE1500 has these metal buttons that are circular. They stand pretty proud, and buttons like these do get accidentally pressed. You guys know that I do button tests at work. You know, like I smash the watch into like leaf springs on the truck or whatever to see if buttons get pressed. Like the buttons on the ProMaster Land by Citizen, they get pressed. Look how proud these stick out. You would think that this knurling protects the buttons. This watch is like, retails at over $800, right? I got mine on sale. Look out for this one if it's on sale, but costs a lot of money. The screen very tough. The metal's gotten all scratched up. The buttons get pressed all the time. Really easy to accidentally press them. You can see I just did. And so these buttons, you know, they aren't metal, but they are like shrouded in such a way that I think that these buttons are pretty well protected. I mean, we'd have to test them out, but you can see that these buttons have texture on them, has the lines, and then one of them has this diamond knurling for the light button. Okay, so you get some pretty good grip on there. And speaking of diamond knurling, all right, you know how much of a fan I am of knurling. I have a G-Shock watch coming up that has a diamond knurling pattern on the face, so stay tuned for that. And I just noticed that the WS1800 has some decorative knurling here. Now this is plastic, so let's not pretend that they got put this watch on a lathe to get that knurling going, but they do have that diamond pattern there. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So the overall design, I mean, I really like it. I like the way it looks. You know, like this kind of domed crystal, totally unprotected. Well, actually, the bezel on the bottom and top it sticks a little bit proud, but you got kind of a raised, domed kind of crystal. It scratches. Just a warning for those of you who have OCD, you might want to get like one of them little screen protectors or whatever. It will get scratched. I know that some of you watch guys, you know, suffer greatly whenever a screen gets scratched. It's like in Star Trek, you know, when the Klingons hit the Enterprise with a missile and they all flail around because of the missile or the torpedo, whatever they call it, hit the USS Enterprise. I know that some of you guys are like that. Whenever you see scratches on the screen of a watch, you react as melodramatically as a crew member of the USS Enterprise, right? Like my buddy Renee. Anyways, the WS1800, let's put it down here. So it lays flat. You see that? It lays flat. Not all these watches lay flat. The AE 1500 does not, because it has that textured band, right? Now, I do not have my AE 1700s with me. I don't know where they went. They were here, but not a lot of Casio watches or G-Shock watches lay flat. So this is WS1800 is unique. So that has some advantages and some disadvantages depending on what you want out of your watch, right? So it splays out all the way. So if you have like a 2x4 wrist, might be all right, just as long as it's not bigger than 8.5 inches, okay? And this keeper, when it goes on the band, there has these ratcheting notches. So it's a keeper, as I call it. So hopefully the keeper doesn't slide all around, depending on where you set your watch. But I think that the WS1800 is pretty cool. You guys, just give me a chance to read up on the functionality. And my brother is going to be steaming mad when he hears me say this, but I will have to reference the user guide to figure out how to use the WS1800, after which I will make a video and act like I knew how to do it all along. I'll just act like a know-it-all. Like, oh, you want to set alarm number 2? Yeah, I can show you how to do that. At that point, I'll know how to do that. And I will act like I always knew how to do that and hope that nobody remembers this chaotic unboxing video where I could not figure out how to do that. So, good thing they have this here. I hope I don't lose it. But check out Casio.com if you're interested in buying this. I've not seen it anywhere else at this point. But if I do find out some other places where you can buy this, I'll leave some links in the description where you can pick up a WS1800 for yourself. Gentlemen, remember, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except through him. I'm Jim Kincaid. Thanks for watching.